Hi, I'm Sunny and I'm too nice and I can't say no. I just can't stand someone being displeased with me. I know what you're thinking, but before I continue, please like and subscribe. I never disobeyed my mother. I always shared my lunch at school. I always gave up the swing at the park, and I could never turn down a poor person's request. This one time I had to go to the bathroom in the mall when I accidentally went into the disabled people stall. When I came out, I was met by a furious woman in a wheelchair.
I've been holding my pee for 10 minutes. People like you are what's wrong with society.
What? Oh no, this was a mistake. I'm so sorry. I followed all over the mall begging for forgiveness till she called security and told them I was harassing her. Naturally, I followed her home and started showing up at her door every day. Her servants wouldn't let me in, so one day I broke into her house through a window. Please just say you'll forgive me. I can't live like this anymore. She filed a restraining order that day. In addition to being nice, I'm also a teen model. I've been on the cover of a dozen fashion magazines and I've walked on many big runways. My career was amazing till my mom convinced me to fire my agent and hire her instead.
Trust me, honey, I'll make you a star.
That's nice, Mom, but you have no experience.
What does that matter? I'm your mother, and no one will ever have your interested heart like I do. I was in labor with you for the worst 23 minutes of my life, remember?
Right, of course. You can be my agent. I already knew it was a horrible idea. She screamed at the photographers and made a makeup artist cry. She even yelled at a famous designer. Soon, Mom started complaining about our small house in our dingy neighborhood and started making trouble with the loud, ugly neighbors. So I bought a chic new apartment in a posh area. But then Mom started complaining about her privacy.
Sunny, you really are getting in the way. My new boyfriend and I need our space.
But you're standing in my room.
Maybe you should move.
Yeah, I know. It didn't make any sense. I bought the place. But as always, I gave in. After buying the apartment, money was a bit tight. Luckily, I found a room in a beautiful beach house that I had to share with 3 other models, Rumi, Zoe, and Mira. And I soon discovered that living with models, the drama was always out of control.
That's my seat, you stupid cow.
Is your name written on this seat? Oh my god, are you wearing my shirt?
Is your name written on the shirt? Show me where at Island.
Can you idiots shut up? If I don't get enough sleep, I look like a raccoon, and then I'll bite like one too.
I had to break up almost a dozen cat fights. One day, I cooked us all dinner so we could try to get to know each other. Zoe dreamed of being a pop star. Rumi likes exercising. And Mira enjoys showing off her beauty to others. I asked Zoe to sing us one of her songs, and I never heard something so horrible in my life. Of course, I still clapped for her, but Mira and Rumi fell off their seats laughing.
What's so funny? You sound like a constipated pig. I'd rather put my head up a cow's butt than listen to you.
Yeah, stick to modeling as long as you can. I mean, you're already showing signs of aging.
Zoe was so angry that she threw the microphone at Rumi. Rumi, enraged, charged at Zoe, and they began to fight. Unfortunately, the microphone flew into the kitchen, causing it to catch fire. When the landlord discovered this, he became furious and forbid us from entering the kitchen. I put up an ad online for a chef, and a ridiculously good-looking candidate named Jinu showed up the next day. Ooh, so Jinu, you can cook, huh?
Yeah, that's why I applied for the job.
Jinu, your cologne is to die for.
I'm not wearing any cologne.
Jinu, did you just fix our sink? You're such a genius.
It wasn't broken. You just left the faucet on.
Your biceps look like boulders. Can I touch them?
I'd prefer it if you didn't.
Jinu was an amazing chef, a handyman, and even a gardener. One day, some crazy paparazzi climbed over the garden wall. Jinu charged at them and sent them running.
Oh my god, I can't take it anymore. I have to ask him out.
No, he's mine!
What? I saw him first.
I don't think he's interested in dating any of us.
Shut up. Who asked you?
The girls cornered Jinu in the hallway to get his attention. Zoe sang Jinu an awful love song. Rumi did a cheerleading routine. Then Mira walked up in a bathing suit.
Hey, Jinu, you want to go for a swim?
No thanks. I gotta get back to work.
But the girls' constant flirting and fawning over Jinu got so out of hand that he couldn't do his job properly since he was always trying to hide from them. One of the toilets got clogged. The shower stopped working.
I can't live like this.
How are we supposed to share one bathroom?
I haven't taken a shower in 2 days.
I proposed a solution. Okay then, from here on out, Jinu is off limits. No one is dating Jinu. They reluctantly agreed, and we made a pact. A couple of months later, I threw a party and invited a bunch of rich models. Zoe, Rumi, and Mira seemed to forget about their crush on Jinu in about 2 minutes. Just then, the doorbell rang and Mom walked in.
Hey honey, did you miss me? Clearly not, or you would have sent me a proper invite.
Mom, actually yes, you're right. I'm sorry, but I'm glad you're here now.
Just for 10 minutes. I don't want to overstay where I'm not wanted. We just need to borrow a couple of dresses from you and about $20,000.
But I let you borrow Dick's dollars last week.
Don't be cheap, honey. It's unattractive. Don't you want mommy to buy something nice for her birthday?
Your birthday isn't for another 11 months. But Mom was being and I knew she'd make a scene, so I gave her my credit card and told her to return it in in 2 weeks. Just then, I noticed Jinu shaking his head at me, and then he walked away. After the party, the house was a mess, so I asked the girls to help me clean up.
Sorry, I have plans with my new boyfriend.
I'm allergic to dirt.
I twisted my ankle. I'm gonna rest.
Okay, no problem. Sleep tight. I was up well into the night, still cleaning, when Jinu joined me and started to help. Why are you still here? You don't need to do this.
I stayed back in case you girls needed me. I don't mind.
As we were cleaning, I kept catching him looking at me strangely. Okay, I can't take it any longer. Why are you staring at me like I have 2 heads?
You're not like the others. You're a misfit.
Well, that's rude.
No, it's a good thing. You're beautiful but not self-absorbed. You're smart, and you seem like a really kind person.
You think I'm beautiful?
That's all you got from what I said.
Jinu gave me that strange look and went back to work. You're doing that thing with your face again. Did I do something to make you mad? Are you disappointed?
Why do you care what I think?
I don't know why. I just do. It's how I'm built.
Want some advice? Just stop hearing what others think and stop letting people push you around and use you. You deserve better.
Excuse me? I am not so naive at that.
Really? Then how come you're the only one who's cleaning up after the party? And has your mom ever returned the money she keeps borrowing?
That's none of your business. Okay, that was kinda rude. I'm sorry.
Why are you always sorry? Also, would you like to go out with me sometime?
What? After you just insulted me? No. I mean, I'm sorry to crush your feelings and it feels nice to be asked out by someone like you. But no, sorry. I spent the rest of the night replaying my conversation with Jinu, feeling angry, but as I cooled off, I couldn't help thinking that maybe he was right. I did a lot for mom and the girls, and I couldn't remember the last time they did anything nice for me. The next day, I was watching my favorite videos on the TV when the girls walked in, and Rumi switched the channel to a video she liked.
I want to watch a movie. Sunny, please sit on the other sofa.
No, Sunny, don't sit anywhere. You've got to drive me to the nail salon.
Sunny, all my clothes are wrinkled. Iron them when you're back.
Jinu was right. I was a pushover, and I didn't like it. No.
What do you mean, no?
no?
I won't take you to the beauty salon. I won't iron your clothes. And I was watching TV. All you do is use me, and you don't really respect me, and that's not cool. Oh, also, I'm gonna go out with Jinu, and you all have boyfriends, so I don't care if you're mad. I am breaking the pact. They were shocked, and so was I. I'd never yelled at anyone in my life, and it felt good. Later that day, the girls apologized for treating me badly, and promised not to take advantage of me anymore. They even gave me their blessing to date Jinu, and of course, I forgave them. Jinu and I started dating soon, and we had such a good time together. He helped me stand up for myself more often and gain confidence. I even booked some modeling gigs without involving mom, and I was doing great. One evening, mom invited me to dinner at a fancy restaurant, and I decided to introduce Jinu to her there.
Break up with him. Honey, that boy's a waste of time.
I'm sitting right here.
Mom, Jinu is a nice guy, and he makes me happy.
He's a loser, by the way. Sonny, I need to borrow your credit card again to book a flight to Hawaii, so just give it to me after you've paid for this meal, okay?
I felt a wave of rage sweep through me. No.
What's that sound you just made? I've never heard it from your mouth before.
Hear it now, loud and clear. No, 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 no. And sayonara. Oh, one last thing. You're fired. And then I left with Jinu. I'm sorry about my mom. She shouldn't have treated you that way.
Don't worry about it. I'm so proud of you for standing up to her.
Jinu was such a supportive boyfriend, but mom got more conniving by the minute. She started sending me dozens of texts begging me for money, and it got harder to ignore her each day. One night, Jinu caught me sneaking out of the house.
Where are you going?
For a jog.
At midnight?
Fine, I admit it. I can't help myself. It's a curse. I know my mom's using me, but I can't sleep at night. Since I refused her money, there's no hope for me. I'm doomed. Leave now and save yourself. I started crying like a baby, and Jinu pulled me into a hug.
Maybe you should try giving money to a good cause, Sunny, to people who really need your help.
I thought that was a great idea. The next day, Jinu introduced me to his cousin Nancy, who owned a non-profit to feed hungry kids. I was so excited to help that I wrote Nancy a big fat check.
Sunny, that's a lot of money. Maybe you should think about this.
No, I insist. A couple of weeks later, I donated double the amount, and the month after, I tripled it. It felt amazing. But one morning, Jinu didn't show up to work and didn't answer any of my calls either. When 2 days passed by, I started getting really worried and filed a missing person report. I even called up Nancy, but her phone was off too. And then I found pictures of Jinu and Nancy on social media living their best life on some beach. Jinu wasn't even his real name. Their whole charity was a big scam, and I was so devastated. I couldn't get out of bed, take a shower.
What is up with you, girl? You smell like a gym sock soaked in spoiled milk.
Is there something living in your hair?
I burst into tears and told them everything.
I knew Jinu was trouble. With his perfect eyes and hair, he was way too good to be true. Of course, he was evil. We'll make him pay.
First, we went to the police, who put out a warrant for the pair's arrest, but they were smart and couldn't easily be found. Next, the girls and I went online and told our followers about Nancy and Jinu's scam and asked for help to find them. Within minutes, we got a dozen leads. Nancy and Jinu were arrested at an airport trying to leave the country. Although everything is over, I still don't know why I feel unhappy. I took a walk to get some air, and I saw these kids waiting in line outside a soup kitchen. Suddenly, it turned on a light bulb in my head. I could start my own charity. And now, 5 years later, I'm running soup kitchens all over the country. My model friends volunteer sometimes too.
How about I perform for these kids after they've all eaten?
No.
You two are just jealous. You like my music, right, Sunny?
Zoe, I love you, but I really hate your music. Sorry, I'm not that nice anymore. Being a good person is important, but being a wise good person is what truly helps us live happily, avoid being taken advantage of, and turn love into strength to change our own life and the lives of others.
After a whole 10 years, I finally landed in Seoul, my hometown. I couldn't believe it. Then, out of nowhere, a group of insanely handsome guys in black suits appeared and bowed to me.
Ms. Jinu, welcome home.
Oh my, I had zero clue what was happening when they gently guided me toward a Bentley that literally screamed cheapo eras energy. I just went along. I mean, even if this was a kidnapping, honestly worth it. Hi, I'm Jinu, second 17 years old, half Korean, half American. I was born 5 minutes after my big sis, Luna, and 10 minutes before my little sis, Rumi. Yep, I'm a triplet. Growing up with my sisters in Korea was like having 2 built-in soulmates. We all love tteokbokki and bingsu, but none of us could ever survive the smell of cheonggukjang, that super fermented soybean stew. And if Luna caught a cold, Rumi and I would randomly sneeze for no reason. Or when Minji wandered off, which happened every day, Luna and I could always sense where she was. We even made a time capsule together, burying it under the giant tree that had been standing for generations. It was our promise to each other, to return in 10 years and see where life had taken us. But then, everything changed. Mom and Dad got divorced, and Mom brought me half across the globe to the US. It broke my heart to leave Luna and Rumi behind. We tried everything to stay connected. Texts, video calls, even sending each other little care packages. But with the crazy time difference, school, and life, slowly, we drifted apart. Still, I tried my best to hold on to my Korean part as a way of staying connected with them. Fast forward to the present. I finally got the chance to come back to Korea, only to be whisked away by a Bentley full of handsome bodyguards. The car pulled up to this massive Hanok mansion like something straight out of a K-drama. When the gate opened, 2 dainty figures appeared, both with flawless porcelain skin.
Luna, Rumi.
I ran to them, ready to pull them into the hug I'd been dreaming of for years. But they died like it was a freaking parasite. How could they be this cold after all these years apart?
Sister, welcome home.
Please come inside. Father and the family are waiting for you.
Wait, this was our house? Turns out Dad had kept his insanely wealthy background a secret. I'm talking like founder of Korea's biggest hospital empire kind of wealth. So after the divorce, he returned to his chaebol roots. I know drama, but wait till you meet the relatives.
Oh, she's a bit chubby, isn't she?
Her skin's too tan, don't you think?
What is she wearing? So American.
In my panic, I just kept bowing like a broken bobblehead, then accidentally bumped into Ajashi. I'm so sorry, Jae, Nun, Mion, Hayo. Luna had to step in and apologize on my behalf.
So embarrassing.
Before I could blink, I was sitting at this massive dinner table, surrounded by a feast fit for royalty. I lost all self-control, devouring everything in sight like I hadn't eaten in weeks. Suddenly, every pair of eyes locked on me.
Psst. I'm not supposed to eat before the elders.
Oops. My bad.
We gathered here today, first, to welcome my daughter Jinu home. And second, I'd like to announce that we're opening a new hospital branch overs. We need someone with international experience to lead it. I believe no one is more suited than Jinu.
Completely choked on the tangerine seeds and spat them out like little missiles flying straight at the elders. Every pair of eyes turned to me in silent judgment. Dad had to awkwardly wrap up dinner on the spot while I mentally filled out a one-way application to disappear from Earth. That night, I couldn't sleep. I wanted to talk to Luna and Rumi, to finally reconnect like old times. Then I found them talking in the backyard, but I noticed their mood was off.
Ani, don't be upset. I'm sure Dad still thinks highly of you.
Apparently not. She just got here and suddenly she's the one chosen to run the overseas branch. What has she done to deserve it? Honestly, she should just stay in America.
My chest heightened and my feelings almost slipped out. Luna and Rumi turned and saw me.
Jinu, wait!
I stumbled back to my room, and early the next morning, I was ready to catch the first flight back to the States. Luna was right. I didn't belong here, but on my way to the airport, a part of me couldn't let go. It urged me to make one last attempt to reconnect with my sisters. There was still one thing I had to the time capsule. Where was the ancient tree? Did they tear it down just to replace it with this cold, lifeless concrete block? That meant the time capsule was gone too. Suddenly, tears welled up in my eyes. All the memories, all the promises erased.
You were looking for the time capsule, weren't you?
How did you know?
Triplet bond, remember? Don't worry. We moved it before the construction and kept it somewhere safe. 'Cause we knew you'd come back one day, and we didn't want to open it without you.
Really? So where is it now? Right here in our backyard.
Yep, closest to our hearts, right?
I couldn't agree more.
Ani, what's it like being away from home?
Honestly, lonely. I missed you both every single day, and sometimes it felt like I lost that special connection with you guys.
Hey, you know Luna didn't mean what she said, right? It's just that overseas position meant a lot to her. I think she's more mad at herself than at you.
I really wanted to believe that. Then, out of nowhere, Rumi came up with an idea for us to bond before I left for the States. First, she convinced Luna to go to Inorobang, a Korean karaoke place. I grabbed the mic and blasted out the catchiest K-pop tune.
아파트 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 Kissy face sent to your phone, but I'm trying to kiss your lips for real.
Ah, addict girl.
Then we headed to the street food stall in front of our old school, eagerly stuffing our faces with tae tteokbokki and odeng. The flavor just hit nostalgic and comforting. Afterward, we made our way to the dimjabang, lying side by side in oversized sauna uniforms. Nothing felt more perfect than this moment. As the lights dimmed, I felt Luna's hand gently slip into mine.
I'm sorry for what I said. I never meant to make you feel left out. I let rivalry get the best of me. The truth is, I miss you too. And I'm just so glad you're finally home.
I smiled through the tears. Finally, our hearts were back where they belonged, together. Later, I spoke to Dad about the overseas branch and suggested that felt Luna should take the lead. Given her extensive research into the market, I'd support her by offering insights where needed. Dad agreed, and it perfectly aligned with his plan to launch a high-profile corporate event to present the project. Felt Luna was ecstatic and determined to prove herself. She dove into the work, drowning in documents, meetings, and endless calls. Rumi and I tried to pull her away for a break, but she barely glanced up from her laptop. One night, I woke up from a faint sob, followed the sound, and found Luna sitting alone in the backyard, wiping her tears. It took me forever to get her to open up.
The venue just canceled our reservation, and we only have a few days left before the event. I thought I could handle this on my own because Dad trusted me. You trusted me, but now it's all ruined. I failed everyone.
Her cries were so loud, they woke Rumi up. The two of us tried everything to calm her down. You don't have to do this alone. We've got you, the three of us. We'll pull it off together. The very next day, we sprang into action. Rumi pulled out her tablet and started calling every guest to confirm their attendance and send them the updated venue details. I rushed to the backup venue, coordinating with the staff to rearrange seating and set up the banners and lights. Meanwhile, back home, Luna was typing like a machine, revising her presentation and replanning the event timeline. Time passed quickly, and by D-Day, we have turned complete chaos into a perfectly coordinated event. The guests arrived, the music played, and the stage light lit the room. Dad walked onto the stage, beaming with pride. When Luna confidently delivered her speech, Rumi and I watched her with nothing but admiration. She did it! We did it together. That night, we celebrated in the backyard, just like old times. Laughter filled the air as we enjoyed food and drinks under the stars. But as the night wore on, an unexpected silence fell over us. I suddenly remembered the time capsule. Without a word, we all grabbed the shovels and began digging. There it was, just like I remembered. Inside, we found little trinkets, notes and pictures, fragments of our childhood sitting there, surrounded by pieces of our past and present. It felt like time had come full circle.
Hey, there's something I need to tell you. I'm going to study abroad in France.
Both Luna and I froze. I turned to her, expecting anger or frustration, but instead her face softened.
Well, you should. You've worked hard for it, Rumi. You deserve it.
But I'll be so far away. What if we lose touch?
You won't! No matter how far apart we are, we'll always be there for each other. And no distance will ever break that bond. We decided to make a new time capsule, gathering new trinkets, Polaroids, and notes for our future selves. Let's bury it here, and when we're ready, we'll come back and open it together. And just like that, a new pact was made. A promise that no matter where life took us, no matter the distance, we would always find our way back to each other. People call me the Queen of Entertainment, a famous pop icon, a musical superstar. You can take your pick. As for me, I like to be called the Queen of Hearts. Hi, I'm Verosika Mayday, and I'm from Florida to overachiever parents who are super successful in their careers. Right, since I was a toddler, I loved to sing. Mom would sing me lullabies, and I'd sing along with her.
You have a beautiful voice, my baby. Just like an angel.
I'm not so sure I didn't get selected for the school choir.
Don't let that dishearten you, sweetheart, and have confidence in your talent. I'm sure you're meant for great things.
Although I loved singing, I was also fascinated by theater and acting. I performed on stage for the first time when I was 8 in a musical named Annie.
Are you nervous, Vero?
No, not at all. In fact, I can't wait to set the stage on fire. And I did just that. That musical was a great success, and it marked the beginning of my musical theater journey. After that, I performed in so many other local productions like Beauty and the Beast and The Wizard of Oz. Life was going smoothly, but then my parents got separated. I felt devastated for a while, but thank God I had my pet dogs to keep me going through the tough phase. Just so you know, I have 10 rescue pups. One of them is named Sirius Black. Yeah, I'm quite obsessed with Harry Potter. But then, aren't we all? So, by the time I turned 14, I decided I'd acted enough and now wanted to make a career in singing. I packed my bags and moved to Los Angeles to meet my managers. Guys, I think I want to make an R&B album.
That's a hell of a goal, but who do you think's gonna buy a 14-year-old's R&B album?
Well, that kinda made sense. So I went back to Florida and decided to focus on theater. For the time being, then when I was 15, I got chosen from among thousands of girls to play one of the main characters in a Broadway musical called 13, for which I later bagged a prestigious award. By this time, I had moved to New York, so I was missing school a lot. Mom, I want to continue performing. But what about studies? I want to finish high school at least.
Don't worry, sweetheart. Your school has agreed to send study material so you don't miss out on your studies.
That was pretty cool. I was studying and focusing on my career, even though I was miles away from home. Then in 2009, I bagged the role of an adorable goofball named Cat Valentine in the famous Nickelodeon TV show named Victorious. Since the show was set in a performing arts school, it gave me an opportunity to showcase my acting as well as my singing abilities on a national platform. Thanks to the show, I was suddenly a teen idol.
So, Verosika, what's next? Are you looking at a career in Hollywood?
To be honest, acting is fun, but music has always been first and foremost with me. I was determined to give singing a shot, so I kept uploading my videos on YouTube, where I sang covers of songs by Adele, Mariah Carey, and Whitney Houston. Meanwhile, the second season of Victorious premiered in 2011 to 6.2 million viewers, becoming the highest-rated episode of the show. Victorious ran for 3 seasons until it was finally wrapped up in 2013. Then one day I got the most unexpected call.
Hello, Verosika. I'm Monte Lipman, CEO of Republic Records. I saw your YouTube videos, and I want to sign you up for the label. Are you interested?
Yeah, of course. I'd love that. I put down my phone and did a little happy dance. My music career was finally taking off. The next 3 years, I focused completely on my vocals and singing and collaborated with many contemporary artists. The result was my first album, Yours Truly, that debuted at #1 on the US Billboard 200 Albums chart, and it sold 138,000 copies in its first week. After that, there was no looking back for me. Today, I've sold over 85 million records worldwide, broke 27 Guinness World Records as a singer, bagged 2 Grammys, and was listed among the 100 most influential persons in the world by Time magazine. So, friends, I hope my story inspires you to never give up on your dreams. Since miracles happen, just believe in yourself. Because if you don't, who else will? Ready? Let's go! Woohoo! Yep, that was me, Meave, celebrating my 12th birthday and looking at me back then. You'd never guess that when I was 3, I'd been in a coma for 8 months. When I finally woke up, my mom cried like the world was ending. And my dad, he swore he'd never say no to me ever again, which basically meant I got breakfast in bed every morning, like an actual princess. But then, just a few days after my birthday, my little brother Jace was born, and just like that, all those privileges were gone.
The baby needs sleep.
The baby needs food.
The baby needs a diaper.
It was like the whole house switched to baby first mode, and when Jace turned 5, it got even worse. The kid followed me everywhere I walked. He followed, I sat, he climbed, I closed my door, and he banged on it like he's chasing bad guys or something. Oh my gosh, I just wanted some space. After complaining a million times, my parents finally gave in.
Maybe we should hire a babysitter.
Yes, finally! That's when our very own Mary Poppins showed up.
I'm Elise. I'm Cheternized.
Sorry, what? This is the babysitter? Honestly, my parents looked unsure too. I mean, who lets a 14-year-old watch a 5? But then Jay suddenly started screaming for no reason. Elise immediately crouched down in front of him.
Hey, little monkey. Do you know this song? It goes.
Jace crept up instantly. I swear it was actual magic. My little brother's pretty fussy too. My parents are always busy, so I'm kinda used to this.
Wow, you're really good with kids.
That's it? She's hired.
From that day on, every single day at 3:30 p.m., Elise rang the doorbell right when I got home, ready to flop on the couch, eat Cheetos, and binge Love Island.
You two go rest. I've got him.
My parents didn't hesitate. They disappeared upstairs like they'd escaped prison. 2 gentle pats later, Jace was asleep like a puppy. Elise cleaned so fast, I didn't even notice my hoodie had vanished from the floor. Then she cooked dinner, like real dinner. So good, my dad almost cried.
You're like the daughter I never had.
Hello. I was sitting right there. It's almost Jace's birthday, so I went to my room to grab the decorations, and Elise was already there, wearing my scarf my dad gave me, using my lipstick my mom bought for me. Excuse me, what are you doing in my room?
Oh, Maeve. I just wanted to know what it feels like to live like you.
Didn't your parents teach you not to touch other people's stuff? Elise stopped smiling. Her face stayed calm, but her voice turned cold.
No, Maeve. You of all people wouldn't understand. Not everyone gets your life, a room of their own, a complete Emily, nothing to worry about. I'm desperate for a life like yours, and I'll do anything to get it, even replace you.
The room felt empty, like all the air disappeared. I ran downstairs and told my parents everything, but before I could finish, Elise appeared behind me, looking completely broken. What the?
I'm sorry. My parents abandoned me. I don't have a home anymore. I don't have anyone.
Oh, no. You poor thing.
Maybe letting Elise stay with us for a while is okay.
Stay? Stay where?
Your room's big enough. Maeve, Elise can share with you.
And before I could even argue, Elise had already taken half my room. From that day on, my life turned into a nightmare. One morning, she was using my Dyson hairdryer, the one I hid at the back of my drawer. That afternoon, she ate all my Cheetos, left the bag empty and stuffed, stuck a note on it.
I thought you didn't want these anymore?
And at night, I caught her reading my diary like it was Cosmopolitan magazine.
Ooh, does Jaden at school know your dream about him riding a unicorn to take you out for bubble tea every night?
I lost it and ran to my parents. But when they came back, Elise was already holding Jace, humming softly, looking like an angel. My parents looked at her, then at me.
Maeve, don't be so harsh. Elise is very considerate.
I was speechless. Using Jace as a shield? That crossed the line. No way. I had to win my brother back. That night, I secretly ordered Jace's favorite gift, Robodino 5000. But the next morning, when Jace opened it, the robot had lost its pair of horns.
I don't like it. I'm not playing with Maeve anymore.
Just then, Elise walked in holding a Robodino, the exact same one, brand new. Jace's face lit up instantly. Wait, that's the one I bought. She stole it from me.
No, that's not true. I bought it myself with my babysitting money. I just wanted Jace to be happy.
Maeve, why are you acting like this?
Stop picking fights for no reason.
What? Why did no one believe me? If that's how it was, I'd prove I could be thoughtful too. So I secretly took my parents' wedding rings and brought them to a jewelry shop to get them polished. Couldn't imagine how surprised they'd be when they saw them shiny and new again. When I was done, I put the rings back exactly where they belonged. Then I waited, excited. But when my parents opened the jewelry box, it was empty. No way.
Maeve.
I swear I didn't. Elise, it was her. As if it had been scripted, Elise appeared in the doorway.
I saw Maeve throw your rings out the window.
What?
I searched everywhere to find them because I knew they were important to you.
Shut up. Mom, Dad, you can't seriously believe her.
That's enough, Maeve. You can't keep blaming Elise every time you mess up.
Go to your room. You're grounded.
I stood there, completely frozen. Why was this happening? That night, I couldn't sleep. My chest felt tight, full of anger and injustice. Then I heard my parents talking downstairs.
I don't know her anymore. She's getting more and more rebellious.
I looked into some boarding schools, places for teens who were hard to manage. Maybe that kind of environment would suit Maeve right now.
Hard to manage? They talked about me like I was a burden. What if I wasn't their real daughter? That would explain how easily they could just send me away. The next morning, while my parents were at work, I quietly snuck into my dad's office and searched through every drawer. And then I found it. An old yellowed envelope stamped with the name Sunshine Orphanage. Inside were child transfer documents being signed by my parents, but what shocked me to my core was the date. It matched the exact time when I was in a coma at age 3. My parents had sent a different child of theirs to the orphanage, which meant I had another sibling I never knew about. My heart dropped. I ran straight to the address on the envelope. The nun there greeted me kindly, and when I showed her the papers...
Ah, yes. I remember that little girl. At the time, your parents were struggling financially. They couldn't afford to care for the child.
Financial struggles. Of course. Back then, they were spending everything to keep me alive. It was me. Because of me, that baby, my sister, was left behind.
Later, they did come back to take the child home, but she had already been adopted. After that, we left, lost contact.
I went home, feeling heavy and sick inside. I wanted to talk to my parents, but Elise stayed glued to them, laughing, making them smile like a perfect family. I'd just wait. Then the next day, my parents went out again, leaving Elise to watch Jace. I stayed in my room, trying to process everything, until Elise suddenly burst in, pale as a ghost.
Maeve, Jace is gone.
I ran downstairs. The front door was wide open. The yard was empty. We split up, searching the neighborhood, shouting his name until our voices were gone, asking everyone we passed. Then, in a quiet corner of the nearby park, I saw a small figure curled up under a tree. It was Jace. His face was burning red, sweat everywhere. He'd passed out from a fever. Been called Elise. Immediately, we rushed to the hospital. Hospital? Later, when Jace finally stabilized, my parents arrived. They didn't say a word to Elise, but the look in their eyes said everything. Equal parts worry and disappointment. I looked at Elise for the first time. She looked truly terrified, afraid my parents would abandon her too. And suddenly, the image of that baby left at the orphanage flashed in my mind. My chest tightened. Hey, they're not blaming you.
Don't. I don't need your pity.
That night, while my parents were handling Jace's discharge papers, I stepped into the hallway to get some air. And that's when I saw Elise talking to the nun from Sunshine Orphanage. She looked completely shaken. The second she saw me, she turned and ran.
Oh my vey, you're here.
Sister, do you know Elise?
I suppose there's no point in hiding it anymore. Listen, Elise is that little girl your parents sent to the orphanage back then.
Everything went silent. The nun's words echoed in my head, and suddenly everything made sense. Elise hadn't just stumbled into our family, she'd found us. The jealousy, the obsession with my life, the need to replace me, she was pouring all her pain of being abandoned onto me, because in her eyes, my parents chose me over her. I ran home after Elise, my heart pounding. The moment I opened the door, I heard crashing upstairs. I rushed up and froze. Elise was destroying everything in her room. Elise, stop, I know everything now. My words didn't reach her at all. Elise kept tearing everything apart until the room looked like a battlefield. Right then, the front door opened. My parents came back from the hospital carrying Jace. The second Elise heard their footsteps, all that rage vanished, replaced by a shaking, terrified look, like a kid being bullied.
I'm so scared, Maeve. Maeve totally snapped and destroyed all my things. She said it was my fault Jace got hurt, that she didn't want me here for even one more second.
My parents looked at me, their eyes were heavy, disappointment pointed in a way that made my chest cave in.
My Evie, did you do this?
Tell us, was it you?
Yes, I did. My mom covered her mouth. My dad just closed his eyes like he was letting out a long, tired breath. That silence hurt more than any scolding ever could. If you think I should go to boarding school, then I'll go. My parents froze. They had no idea I'd overheard their conversation, but I knew exactly what I was doing. If stepping away could make Elise feel safer, then I would do it. Maybe this was the only way to make up for what I'd unknowingly taken from her all those years ago. The next morning, before getting into the car for boarding school, I left a letter on the dining table. I told my parents that truth, everything Elise hadn't been brave enough to say. I admitted how selfish I'd been, how I took their love for granted, how I'd never really appreciated my family the way I should have. And at the end, I promised that when I came back, I'd be different, a real big sister, a daughter they could trust. Life at the boarding school moved slowly, each day cutting through me with a kind of sharp clarity. There were no privileges anymore, no arguments, no one else to blame. It was just me, face to face with the person I really was. When I finally finished the program, my parents and Jace came to pick me up. The moment they hugged me, it felt like home again. And then I saw Elise standing behind them. She hesitated, then stepped forward.
Maeve, I'm really sorry.
I didn't let her finish. I pulled her into a hug, holding her tight, her tears soaked into my shoulder. It's okay, I'm home now.